Hey there guys, welcome to the next tutorial here on the channel. This is going to be the first Christmas themed tutorial for this holiday season, and I'm actually going to be showing you guys how to make a duct tape ball ornament out of duct tape and a little bit of a styrofoam ball here. So let's get started here on the tutorial. Alright, so there's pretty much two different kinds of styrofoam balls that the craft stores will probably sell. This is one of them. It's kind of like a hard styrofoam. These will actually work out pretty well if you guys can get your hands on some of these. And there's also like this kind of crackly styrofoam where if you kind of like, brush up against it, it kind of loses a little bit of the pieces. You can use either one here. I actually bought these by accident because I really wanted these, but I couldn't find them. So I'm actually going to be using the crinkly ball here, and we're going to be covering this with duct tape. So let's get started here on what to do. Now step number one is pretty simple. You want to determine just what design you want to put on your Christmas ball ornament here. You can do a variety of different things. You can make it like all one solid color, which is pretty much what I'm going to show you how to do in this video. And let's say we wanted to put the solid color on it first. So I have red here. The first thing I'm going to do is cut out a strip of tape. It doesn't really matter how long it is, probably about a foot here. I'm going to cut that right in half just like that. And then I'm going to cut out a variety of little squares here, and the smaller the better. You don't want to make these too big. Just keep cutting a whole bunch of little squares here, and then we'll start to apply these onto the ball. So now we're going to start sticking these on, and the reason why we make these nice and small is because since the ball is obviously circular, it's going to really mess with the tape because the tape is flat when you stick it down, and the smaller it is, the easier it's going to conform to the circular surface. If you make these strips really big, they're going to kind of bunch up a little bit. You can kind of see it there, it's kind of bunching up. But the smaller they are, the easier they're going to just apply to your styrofoam ball here. So I've got a whole bunch of these. I'm just going to apply these all the way around the entire ball, and I'm going to make this entire one a red ball to start off, and then I'm going to put some decoration on top of it. So cut out a whole bunch of these, and you're just going to stick them all the way around the ball here. So that's roughly what it's going to look like. I don't have the entire thing covered, but you guys can probably get the idea. Now I'm going to throw a few decorations on here and kind of add a little bit of character to it. So I'm going to use the green tape here for that. So what I'm actually going to do is add a few little waves of kind of like, I guess, a few little streamers, as you could say, onto the ball ornament here. So I'm just going to trace a whole bunch of waves here onto a strip of tape, and then I'm going to stick those onto the ball here. So there's the top part. I can't use that piece, so I'm going to stick that over there for now. Here's our first wave. So I'm going to take my ball over here, and let's say I want to put it towards the top here. So I'm going to stick that right about there. And if you guys are trying to line this up all the way around the entire ball, you might have to play with it a little bit because like I said before, the circular surfaces kind of mess with the way you cut things out and stick them on. So there's the first part there. Put that right there so you can see it. And I'm going to grab another piece here and stick this one probably a little bit farther down. Maybe I can kind of copy the same pattern on here. So I'm going to put that one right about there. And now let's see if I can cut out a bunch of circles and stick those on there as well. Alright, so I've cut out a few really basic circles here, kind of like more like hexagons or something here, or octagons. But just to give you guys a rough idea, so we can stick a few of these on here, just to add a little more color to it. And like I said before, you can make these any color you want to. You can stick as many designs on it as you want to. It's pretty much totally up to you on what colors to use or what designs you can put on them. You can definitely get really fancy and even throw some actual like characters or like some really heavy duty decoration on it as well. So that's just to add a little bit to the front of the ball right there. Alright, so I'll wrap up this video with how to attach a hook or something to it if you want to hang it on your Christmas tree or somewhere else. This is a little thing called an eye here. If you don't have one of these at home, I'll show you another way that you can do it. But if you do happen to have one of these, all you want to do is just put it into the ball here. Sometimes you can just push it right in, but these actually have some threads on them so you can screw it in here. And obviously that would be the top of the ornament here. So I'm just going to screw that in like that. Make sure it's nice and tight. You can put a little dab of hot glue or something if you absolutely want to make sure that it stays in there. And then you would just take your Christmas ornament hook and hang it right there, and you've got your ornament. Now here's another cool example of something you can do. This is a Pokeball ornament that I made out of duct tape here. Just a simple black strip around it, a few circles for the button here. Here's a great example of what happens when you don't make the strips really small when you're sticking them on. On the bottom here, all these white strips are nice and stuck on. Those are all really tiny squares. Up top here, these are actually much longer pieces, and you can tell they kind of pop open a little bit. I'll zoom in. You can kind of tell they bunch up, and they don't quite, jump onto the spherical surface very well as the smaller strips do. So definitely make sure that you're working on smaller strips rather than the larger ones. Here's the top of it. Of course, I just took the eye out of this one to show you what it looked like. If you guys don't have an eye at home or something like that, you can take your Christmas tree hook ornament thing, you just straighten it out, and you can usually just stick it right into the styrofoam, and you can just take a little dab of hot glue or something like that and just glue it onto the top, and then the ornament hook will be permanently stuck into the ball here, and you'll never have to worry about losing it. It'll always be stuck in there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this tutorial on making the Christmas ball ornaments out of duct tape. There's a variety of different cool things that you can do. So hopefully you guys liked the video. I'll catch you guys next time on the channel.